Ayodhya chapter 74. Bharata continues to rebuke Kaikeyi. He gives the example of how Surabhi was sad when she saw two of her sons in great trouble and compares Surabhi's maternal affection to Kaushalya's affection and says, Surabhi, who has millions of sons, feels like that when two of her sons are in pain. So imagine the pain that Kaushalya must be going through when she sees her only son being so mistreated. And then Bharata also says that he is going to conduct the last rites of King Dashratha and go to the forest and beg Rama to return to Ayodhya. We saw multiple reasons why Bharata conducts the last rites of King Dashratha and then proceeds to the forest. Verse 31. Anayayitva tanayam kaushalyaya mahadvitim swayameva pravekshyami vanam muni nishevatam. Rama, the son of Kaushalya of great prowess, will be brought back to Ayodhya. Then I will take it upon myself to lead the life of a recluse in the forests of Dandaka. Sure, we know that Bharata does not go off to the forest and live 14 years in the forest like Rama and Lakshmana. But why does he say that over here? Just so that Kaikeyi understands the pain that Kaushalya is going through when her only son is off in the forest. So Bharata says that he will go to the forest just so that Kaikeyi can understand Kaushalya's pain. And then Bharata goes off to the forest and meets Rama in Chitrakuta, and Rama asks Bharata to rule the kingdom of Ayodhya under the protection of his own sandals. Now Bharata cannot go against the words of Rama, but he does not stay in Ayodhya. He lives in Nandigrama for 14 years. He doesn't live like a prince, he lives like a recluse, living only on roots and fruits, exactly the way Rama survives for 14 years in the forest. So, devotees' resolutions can change based on the order that the Lord gives them. It doesn't mean that just because I have taken one pledge, I am supposed to fulfill it. If the word of the Lord is a little bit different, you can obviously change it. Because our ego, our pride do not really matter. It is the Lord's word, and how do we adhere to His word, His commands. They are the only things that matter. I will give you another example. Before flying off to Lanka, Hanuman says that he is most certainly going to bring back Sita. But when he asks Sita to sit on his back and return to Rama immediately, Sita refuses. And we will see the reasons why in greater detail in Sundarakand. But Sita refuses to climb on Hanuman's back. So Hanuman immediately understands this is not the will of Mother Sita, so he doesn't say anything. Hanuman was happy doing the service the way the Lord and Mother Sita expected him to serve them. And this is the quality of great devotees. Similarly, over here, Bharata, even though he wanted to be a recluse in the forest, becomes a recluse in the city, or at least on the outskirts of the city, because that's what Rama wanted him to do. Rama wanted him to protect the kingdom of Ayodhya till he returned, and lo and behold, Bharata does that. Verse 32. Na hyaham papa sankalpe pape papam tvaya kritam shaktodharayatum paurer ashru kanthayr nirikshate. I cannot bear to look upon the citizens of this fair city weep and bewail their miserable lot, nor will I put up patiently with the dark sin that you have perpetrated, O evil and wretched woman. Verse 33. Svatvam agnim pravisha va swayam va dandakanvisha rajjam bandhanava kanthe na hite anyat parayanam. Throw yourself into the blazing fire, bury yourself in the darkest depths of Dandaka, far from the sight of man, or hang yourself by the neck until you are dead. In no other way can you expiate a crime, no other course is open to you. Bharata, as a very pious son, should care what happens to his mother. But he has already said that in the disguise of a mother, she is in fact his enemy. And therefore he says that he doesn't care what happens to her. She could burn or go to the fire or die by hanging, and it's completely okay. Because what is the greatest way to expiate your sin? Take shelter of the Lord. But she ensured that the Lord is far away from her. Then what is the other course left to her? So we should conduct our actions in such a way that it brings us closer to Ram. If any action brings us away from Ram, then that action has no recourse. In the purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 4:26-9, Srila Prabhupada has written that a confused and frustrated man cannot get relief by committing suicide, because suicide will simply lead him to take birth a lower species of life or to remain a ghost, unable to attain a gross material body. Therefore, the perfect course is to retire altogether from sinful activities and take up to Krishna consciousness. In this way, one can become completely perfect and go back home, back to Godhead. So, Bharata is saying that it doesn't matter if Kaikeyi becomes a ghost or unable to attain a gross material body. Staying in that miserable condition is a perfect recompense to the amount of pain that she has inflicted on the rest of Ayodhya. What is that pain? The pain of separation from Rama. That is the pain. The best solution is to take shelter of Rama, but she was the one who put Rama away from her life. And therefore, let her become a ghost or be devoid of any gross material body, and let her be miserable for the rest of existence. Because she took Rama away from his devotees. Verse 34. Aham api avanim prapte Rame satya parakrame krita krityo bhavishyami vipravasita kalmashaha. My heart will know no peace unless Rama comes back from the woods and rules over his people. Then alone can I hope that the world will pardon somewhat my driving him into this cruel exile. Was Bharata sinful? Absolutely not. Bharata was completely sinless. He had no idea that Kaikeyi was about to perpetrate this crime on his behalf. He is completely sinless. However, he says that he is sinful because Kaikeyi did all these things so that she thought that she could benefit Bharata. So somehow he became involved in his mother's scheme of greed. And this is a very important thing for the rest of us to understand. An ordinary Jivatma, even though he is guilty, will say that he has committed no crime and is quick to transfer the blame on someone else. Whereas Bharata teaches us how a Jivatma is supposed to behave. Although he is completely sinless, he wants to redeem the perceived sin and restore happiness in Ayodhya by bringing back Rama, Sita and Lakshmana and crowning Rama as the king of this entire world. Verse 35. Iti nagaiva aranya tomara ankusha kodita papata bhuvi sankrutto nihishvasan iva pannaga. As a lordly elephant in rut, ranging free the forest glades, is borne to the ground under the shower of spears, goads, harpoons, lances, and other missiles, heaving furious sighs like an enraged serpent, Bharata was angry and fell on the ground. Verse 36. Samrakta netra shitila ambaratada vidhuta sarvabharanaha parantapa babhuva bhumau patitah nripatmaja shachipate ketur iva utsava kshayi. As the lofty Indra-dhvaja is thrown on the earth at the close of Indra's festival, even so did Bharata, the annihilator of his foes, fall on the earth in a dead faint, his eyes red with weeping, his dress and ornaments all in wild disorder. This is how Bharata rebukes Kaikeyi in very harsh terms. He resolves again and again that Rama should be brought back to Ayodhya and he should be the one to wear the crown. And this is prior to Vasishtha and the other ministers asking Bharata to take over the crown. And Bharata right away immediately says that he has got no interest in the kingdom. He is going to serve Rama as a servant. And Kaikeyi was very wrong in murdering her own husband and sending a beloved son into the forest. One of the most important things that Bharata says in this chapter is trying to make Kaikeyi understand how Kaushalya is feeling in the absence of Rama. That is perhaps the most important thing. And then he also says that she did not behave as a good mother to anyone, neither Rama nor Bharata. We have few repetitions of the sentiments from the previous chapter as well in this chapter. But Valmiki wanted us to understand that Bharata was not in the least interested in the kingdom. Even a kingdom that is as opulent and magnificent and rich and cultured as Ayodhya had no charms on Bharata. Because Bharata knows the value of Rama's love. That is the most precious thing in the entire universe. In the subsequent chapters, we are going to see Bharata endure a lot of trials from great personalities like Kaushalya, Vasishtha, Guha, Bharadwaj Muni, and so on. And yet he perseveres because he knows that his dharma of loving Rama is correct. And he wins everyone over. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdiye Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam.